You are about to enter Multiverse 5. Bitches.
And when the gates flew open and the miners took the field, satisfied we would die for what they thought was real. One man's martyr is another man's invader. One man's terrorist is another's holy crusader. You wanna hate me, 'cause I won't walk your path. You wanna leave my family in the grieving aftermath. Monsters live with us.
Greetings and welcome to Multiverse 5. I'm Mike Batchelor. Usually joined with me as always is James Simpson, but he's not here. We got a special guest today. Very special guest. We've wanted him on the show for a long time. Please welcome to Multiverse 5 for the first time, Mitch Lachance. What's happening, Mitch?
Not too much. Just enjoying this beautiful weather we're having.
You mean this beautiful Canadian fucking snow bullshit?
When is it gonna end? I'm so sick of it.
It's not. It's March already, and they're just starting round 3, motherfuckers.
I know, it's terrible. A bunch of guys had their motorcycles out here in Guelph yesterday, and like today, snowmobilers nonstop all day. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Is that where you're coming from us now in the multiverse, as we like to say, Guelph?
Yeah, moved here as of June last year there, and yeah, loving Guelph, full of hippies, good times.
Living the dream, as they say.
Exactly, somebody's dream anyway.
Yeah. So usually it's just the usual gang of idiots, me and James, and sometimes Patrick Harrison, sometimes Mike Fairservice from back in the day, and sometimes Zach makes the odd appearance. But this is all about you this week. No pressure.
Thank you. No, none whatsoever. I appreciate that.
Yes. So what have you been watching? Well, let's start with TV.
Okay, well, True Detective.
Yes, True Detective ended this week, so short seasons, typical HBO show.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to think that they're not coming back for another one. It's bittersweet having it end.
Yes, they're doing the American Horror Story type of thing, where it's different cast. Well, American Horror Story is more like same cast, different characters each season, but it's going to be more of an ensemble show.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that, because I really liked the first season of American Horror Story, and I couldn't get into the other two, so I'm afraid something like that's going to happen with this show now too. Or like Spartacus, when Spartacus kind of switched over when the main character passed there, it was I didn't enjoy it as much, so I'm just really worried that that's going to happen again. I really hope it doesn't, because it's a really good show, and I don't think that it will, but yeah. As a fan, right?
Unless they get like really wacky and it's like Rosie O'Donnell and Gina Davis in Tuck to Yuck Tuck.
Oh, that would just be way too good. I think they would put McConaughey and
nobody would see that. Nobody would see that coming.
No, it's true. No one. I don't think anybody would pay for that though. So maybe back in the '90s, but these days I don't think it would fly. Who would your fantasy be? I know Zach loves doing that to you. So
yes,
who would you like to see? Who would you like to see next season? Beyond.
Oh, I think I just said Rosie O'Donnell and Gina Davis.
That's your answer. That's your final answer. You stick with that one.
In parkas in Alaska. It's the opposite of this. This season
a cameo by Sarah Palin.
Yes, this season it's all Matthew McConaughey and looking out the window and the laughnessness of the world. And
when did that show have you hooked? When were you watching it and like you were like, this is the moment I know I'm gonna finish this season no matter what?
Probably episode 4 because I powered through them in 2 days.
Oh yeah. What about 4?
It started to pick up a bit. Like with the second that they got out of the interviews and actually started working the case again, that's kind of when it got me.
Fair enough. That was right when they found, they started, what was the first suspect's name that they were after?
Oh, I can't remember like names of the show.
Ledoux or something?
Yeah, it's Ledoux, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, when they started chasing him, is that kind of when that's when it sunk its hooks in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. McConaughey had me. He had me at the first episode.
Yes.
When he turns to the camera and like he's being interviewed and he's like, "You want to know?" They're asking him like, "Tell us what we want to know," and he just looks at the camera and says, "Then start asking the right fucking questions." And he's just like so haggard. It's a beautiful scene, and I think that's when I knew I was going to finish it.
I've come to appreciate the haggard McConaughey in the show.
Did you watch Dallas Buyers Club?
No, not yet. Because I didn't want to get them confused because they would all blur together.
It's definitely plausible. I started it, but I fell asleep unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to. I killed my XBMC unfortunately, so now I have to figure out another way of watching movies without going to the theater.
Well, as we say on this show, the multiverse provides.
It does. It does.
There is no piracy. It's a giant satellite dish from another universe, so...
I don't download anything. I never download things.
Piracy is wrong.
It is. It's terrible.
Yes.
But XBMC is a beautiful thing.
RBT.
Yeah, other than that...
And I must say, what's your name? Like, episode 2, those are probably the best titties I've seen on TV this season.
Fair enough.
Those were spectacular.
You enjoyed them, did you?
Yes, and so did Woody Harrelson, apparently.
I think Woody Harrelson enjoys lots of things in that show.
Yes, let's talk about Woody Harrelson's hairline.
It makes me feel good about myself, but then I remember how much older he is than me, and then I don't feel as good.
Yes. Because young McConaughey, and young Harrelson were fucking studs in that show.
They absolutely were.
Yeah.
To think of whatever can that hair came out of was... I need to get me my hands on one of those.
Exactly. and like the mustaches, too.
McConaughey looks amazing with that ratty-ass ponytail and that huge stash. It's great.
Yeah. I like to think that's what his character from Dazed and Confused looks like now.
You kind of expect him to say it'd be a lot cooler if you did about just anything.
Yeah. But just salty bitterness behind it.
Yeah. And more inebriated, if possible.
I didn't like, I don't know. It seemed like 7 episodes of the show, they're like, okay, who's the bad guy going to be? Who's going to be bad guy? Yeah. And then, like, the last episode, they show you the bad guy right off the top.
Yeah. It's weird.
Other than that, it was a decent show. I liked McConaughey making the little statue guys out of his beer cans.
Yeah, that was cool. His little storage unit in, what was that, the 7th episode?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. It reminded me of, I don't know, something from Dexter or one of those other shows, like just the way he had it set up, but it almost looked like he was perpetrating crimes the way it was set up.
This here's my bat cave where
I'm working on a great McConaughey cave.
Yeah, where I look at the existentialism of life and the meaninglessness of it all, and the long drags of the cigarette when Harrelson's watching the video
with the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
What was he drinking too? Lone Star?
Lone Star.
It sounds like a Champion's Brew right there.
Have you seen the mashup? It was only a matter of time before someone did it. They did that clip from True Detective of Harrelson watching the video, but the video is actually of the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh,
the only one I've seen is the one with the Bieber deposition in it.
Oh, yes.
And McConaughey's like interviewing him.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty golden.
Oh, just the same reaction to Woody Harrelson to the video, like, no! No! Did you watch the whole thing? I can't turn my eyes away, brother.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch that one now.
Yeah.
Be on the list of things to watch.
Oh yes, put it on the backlog, as they say. What else you been watching? What are you enjoying?
Arrow, definitely. I love it.
So
I
good.
think Slade is a fantastic character. He's
Oh.
a fantastic villain. The whole double plot line with the island, I love
Yes.
it.
Perfect casting on Slade too. Crixus from Spartacus.
Hmm. Yeah, he's fantastic. He was great in that role, and he's great in this role.
Oh, when he showed up with the eye patch for the first time, it was like skeet, 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 skeet.
It really was. It's even when he pulls the mask out, like every time, you know he has the mask, but when he pulls it out, it's just like, yes.
Yes, and he sounds like Wade Barrett. Hello, Oliver Queen. I'm gonna make you suffer.
It's awesome. Just having him like only in the island setting too, and then all of a sudden he's just talking to Myra in the foyer. It's weird. It's awesome.
Yeah. And Oliver's like, you guys better get your fucking shit here right now.
What about Shield? Agents of Shield? You enjoying that one?
It's like a yin and yang. Like
I flop back and forth. I know what you mean.
Arrow is everything a comic show should be, and that's the show we thought we were going to get with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we didn't, because when, I think I said it on last week's show, when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started, we thought, oh, we're not going to get Robert Downey Jr. or any of those guys, but we may get Luke Cage, we may get this and that, it'll be in the movie continuity, and that's not what we got.
Sure. Well, are you caught up?
No, I'm gonna marathon those two, but I know what happens.
Can I do like a little spoiler then? I know you love them. So
This is a spoiler show.
okay.
Multiverse 5, we spoil shit. That's a t-shirt.
So I hate when things are spoiled for me, but I do love doing it to other people, so I'll participate.
This is a spoiler card. With us, it's not about the ending. It's about the journey there.
Fair enough. I do try and enjoy the journey as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I guess I used to be much more of a destination person, so I guess now trying to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
No, the Sif is going to be on the next new episode, or so I heard.
Yes.
And so, okay, you know already, and I think it was Enchantress. I think that might have been the other. Is she Marvel? Am I even getting this right now?
That's the Asgardian blonde magic chick. Like the
I think
female.
she's a redhead in this, but I think it's her. I could be wrong.
That'd be cool.
But there's definitely a Asgardian villainess in it, and they were foreshadowing. Well, foreshadowing. They just show them to you in the preview. But yeah, it looks good. I'm interested to see where it's going to go.
Are you stoked for Guardians of the Galaxy?
How could I not be?
Oh,
Bradley
man.
Cooper.
It's
It's. Are you excited to see Dax the Destroyer's casting role?
yes, Batista. Oh, Bautista, as we like to call him.
Yes, I forgot. You have to boo, right? You have to boo.
It's Bautista. Yes.
Did you watch Man with the Iron Fist? He was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I liked it. The movie wasn't that great, but I thought he was good in it as like a gold colossus.
I tried twice to get through it, and I never ended up finishing it. I don't know why, but I should definitely go back and finish it. But
I think it's the moment that Wu-Tang drops.
yeah.
Once you start hearing Wu-Tang in this ancient Chinese civilization where martial arts is going on.
So it's a Wu-Tang movie, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, well, what's his name directed it?
Yeah.
RZA, yeah. All I remember about that movie is that Russell Crowe looked like he was having a hell of a time.
He probably was.
Yeah, he was drunk the whole movie. Like, this is great. It's kung fu and ninjas and rappers and
I barely have to do anything. I can be wasted this entire time.
woo.
Oh, that's awesome.
But just goes to show the difference between Marvel and DC. DC's like, well, we don't know if people will go see a Wonder Woman movie. Where Marvel's like, here's a talking raccoon and a talking tree.
You're gonna like it because we say you're gonna like it, and we're Marvel, and Stan Lee's gonna be in it somewhere. Go watch it.
I want Stanley at the bar, chilling at the bar.
He was on Shield actually. He was on Agents of Shield.
Yes. So good. What else? Yeah, I'll catch up on it. I want it more. I want more action and more comic characters and less Scooby-Doo characters.
I hear you. It's very. It feels like NCIS or CSI or any one of these acronym type shows.
I think we just expected a little bit more to Joss Whedon.
Yeah, I could definitely concur with that.
Yeah. So
What
that's
about Blacklist? Do you watch The Blacklist?
No, how is that? I haven't had a chance to check that out yet.
James Spader is the man. That's all I have to say. He absolutely carries that show, and it's fantastic. Otherwise, I think it would absolutely get lost in the mix with all those other shows that I just mentioned. But this one definitely stands out, and I would say it's all because of him.
Sweet. You've been watching that pirate show?
Yeah, Black Sails. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Treasure Island, the TV series.
Yeah, the Spartacus of the Sea.
Yes, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the series.
They couldn't have picked their timing better. Yeah, I haven't played the game, so I don't know, but from what I've seen of gameplay and trailers and so on.
It is literally that.
Really? They're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really good game. But I like the intrigue. I like the fact that it is kind of like a prequel to Treasure Island. What's his name? Billy. No, I don't want to say Billy the Kid, but the guy that.
Billy. Yeah, Billy.
The cook guy.
Oh, Silver.
Long John. Yeah, John Silver. I like that he's the Ryan O'Reilly of the show.
It's pretty awesome to see how that story is going to turn out too, because we kind of know somewhat or have expectations of what his end is going to be, and to see him get there is going to be fun. Yes.
As long as Johnny Depp doesn't show up, just wander through the frame.
No, it'll just be Michael Bolton. Just dressed as Johnny Depp from those movies and loving every minute of it.
Actually, it'll be Richard Grieco. As not Captain Jack, but...
No.
Admiral Jim. There you go.
Perfect.
Admiral Jim Budgie.
That'll be great. I'm excited for that. Put me down for 2 tickets.
There you go. That'll be the Asylum's Pirates of the Caribbean versus Mecha Shark.
That sounds like my kind of movie.
So they have the robot shark, and it's so out of control. The only chance they have, this is all the first 10 minutes, is sending it back through time.
In a DeLorean. It has to be in a DeLorean.
Yes. Powered off crude oil. So that way they know it's not going to come back. It's a one-way trip.
That's it, yeah.
So now you've got undead pirates versus a giant robot shark.
I don't know who I'd put my money on. That'd be a hard one. It depends who comprised the crew.
Well, we've always from that like classic Italian horror movie, what happens when a zombie fights a shark.
Yes.
But what about an undead pirate versus a mecha shark? We haven't seen that yet.
Well, what could an undead pirate really do to a robot shark? They'd have to have some pretty awesome arsenal.
Well, it'd be moaning sea shanties for one, so that would actually kind of disorient it. And 2, I think just the cutlasses are... I want to see the little skeleton parrot.
Okay, so what's the shark made out of then, that their cutlasses are just going to be able to destroy this thing?
That's a good question. These are the nuts and bolts that we can have to iron out before we write the script.
We have to. This is imperative.
Yes. So let's table that for now.
Okay. I like where you're going, though. I like where you're going.
Let's put that on the whiteboard, so to speak.
We're on to a C or at least a D flick, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Again, maybe Richard Grieco, we can get him. He's not doing anything.
I don't think he is. I think you're pretty safe.
We need a comic relief, so I'm thinking maybe Dustin Diamond.
Or Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker?
Yes. He hasn't done any work since Rush Hour, right?
Well, no, he's got that Silver Linings Playbook money now. He's got the Oscar cred. Yeah, he was the Silver Linings Playbook.
I don't remember him in that movie.
He was the black guy, his buddy that kept escaping out.
He was the black guy. He was the only black guy in the movie.
The one that kept escaping from the mental hospital. Right,
he was. He totally was in that. He needed that paycheck, didn't he? Good for Chris Tucker.
There you go. He got that, what's her name bump? I'm blanking on her name.
From?
Silver Linings Playbook.
Jennifer Lawrence?
He got the Jennifer Lawrence rub. Because there's no downside to that.
That's all he needed.
Exactly. Still going on to TV. So you were a fan of Spartacus. We were big fans of Spartacus. So let's just gush over Spartacus. Like,
Okay.
that was such a great series. And I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. They could continue on that series even though everybody died.
I think they probably could.
I want Gannicus Space Fighter, Robot Fighter.
You're onto something there, too.
There we go. So Gannicus is on the cross, right? So then, next thing you know, he wakes up, and he's still on the cross, but he's on a spaceship. So they teleported him out. So now, just picture Gannicus in outer space fighting aliens and fighting robots, Space Gladiator.
He needs a team-up. Who are we going to give him as a team-up?
Well, no, all you really need is Gannicus, because everyone else is dead. The whole green screen, the whole thing, just like Spartacus was green screen. As long as there's sex and violence and gore, that people will watch it.
It's true. People will watch it. I don't always know why. The first season of that was really, really solid, but they kind of lost me after that, and I think it was because it was just sex and violence. I needed something else. I didn't care about any of the characters anymore, and I just needed something to...
It was about the brotherhood. It was the bromance, the brotherhood.
It sure was bromantic. I haven't seen a show that bromantic since Oz, I don't think.
A lot of sweat and looks in the fire.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable at times, and other times it was...
What I didn't get about that season, they're running away from the army. There's no fucking trees around them. The army can see where they're hiding.
Yes, every single time. And they're building fires, too. They're always building fires.
Where are they? They're 5 feet away. Curse them, they're too far.
We're done for the night, guys. I already punched my clock.
Oh, if anything, that show has given us the best by Jupiter's cock.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that, too.
Yep. And Lucy Lawless breasts.
Yes.
So
I didn't really expect her to have a career after Xena, so good for Lucy Lawless.
Between that and Battlestar Galactica.
That's true. I didn't really get into that show either, but she was on it, I do remember.
That's a show really benefit. You really got a marathon through that on Netflix.
Yeah?
Then you get hooked, and then...
And that's it?
Then it's blurred lines till the end episode, and like that. That's it. Then what do I do with my life?
Is it from, like my dad was really into Star Trek when I was a kid, and then I didn't see Star Wars till I was like 13 or 14, and then when I saw it, I was all about Star Wars and no longer about the Trek. Is that what's going to happen when I start watching Galactica?
It's the West Wing in space.
I didn't really watch The West Wing.
It's a drama first that just happens to take place in space. It's not a bit... If you look into that, it's more about it's a character study. It's about the relationships.
So, what would you compare it to besides The West Wing? Because I haven't seen The West Wing.
Hard to say. It pulls from all different kinds of,
Well, where does it pull its sci-fi from? You think?
Well, your typical Star Wars, Star Trek. That's just your setting of the Cylons. Then there's a bit of a mystery of who's a Cylon, who's not a Cylon.
Skrull-esque?
Very Skrull-esque, yeah.
Okay.
The whole stuff with the president, that's where I get the West Wing stuff. There's a lot of political intrigue and politics and things like that. And no, it's just a good show.
Sweet. I'll have to check it out.
Yep. What else in television is going on? Are you a reality junkie?
No, I pretty much try and avoid it like the plague. I used to watch a lot of it, and I think that's why I don't like it so much. And my girlfriend really likes watching the Real Housewives of whatever, who cares. So it kind of turned me off.
The Real Housewives of Ain't Your Business.
Exactly, and all the other businesses in between.
Yes. Why can't we just get a camera crew to follow us around? We're much more interesting.
We could, actually. It probably wouldn't be very hard, but
we're
I don't
broke.
know if people will pay for it.
Yeah, we're broke. Nobody wants to see broke people. They just want to see
true.
They want to see rich people's problems.
It's true, because I think they're less sad to some people. When some people see rich people's problems, they're like, it's sad, but they're rich, so it doesn't really matter, right?
Like there was some show because I listened to the Humble and Fred podcast, their LA morning radio show.
Yeah.
And they were talking about this one show, and it's all just like Beverly Hills, snooty people. And this one chick was having a blog party that she spent like $25,000 because she wants this blog to be so much successful when she doesn't realize like anybody can write a blog. You
I
don't
don't
get
know, Mike.
paid.
I can't write a blog. I don't think I can do it.
That's why I do this show, because I can't write for shit.
This is a good alternative. You're vlogging.
Yes. Well, that's why I said now that we're a video show as well as an audio show, so that you can watch us, you can listen to us.
How long have you been video now? How many have you done?
Oh, geez. Probably since a little bit before Christmas, since we discovered that, hey, we can use Google Hangouts for this. So we did we did our sister show, Tiny Type Show first, and then we just segued Multiverse 5 now into a video and audio podcast.
Right on.
So it is what it is. So, yeah. So getting bigger and better. That's the goal for 2014.
That's awesome. I have listened to some of them, and I didn't realize that they were video as well until I went onto the YouTube channel, and then I was watching. I'm like, I've listened to this before.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculously familiar.
We try and put a little bit more audio content, like background noise, music, and stuff like that in the audio show, just to make it a little bit different. But
sure, fill it up.
If I don't feel like doing it, fuck it, because nobody's getting paid. So.
So it doesn't really matter, right?
And nobody listens. So there you go.
Let's change that. Let's change that. Let's put it all over the online. I hear the kids are all about that these days.
These kids today with the rock and roll music and the blue jeans and the YouTubes.
We just need to hashtag everything, and big things will happen.
Hashtag I don't know understand this hashtag.
I don't know understand it either, but that's not what's important. T-shirts. When am I getting a T-shirt? You said something about T-shirt how many times now? I need a T-shirt, Mike.
We're working on it.
Okay. Do you need help working on it?
Yes, we do.
I'll help you with T-shirts.
Yes, like the infamous Tiny Tight Show, Moose Nugs Don't Give a Fuck shirt, which is coming soon.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
We have a design?
Well, no, we're just it's production meetings. It's a process.
Fair enough.
You just can't make T-shirts. There's months of focus meetings that go in. You think that this shirt took 7 years for someone to make?
I don't know if it took 7 years, Mike. I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you on that one.
This Smurf here could have been 10 different Smurfs, but they chose this one.
And then they used him a couple more times.
This isn't even Mario. This actually is a stand-in. But it looks just like Mario.
He looks thinner. He looks thinner and taller. Maybe it's just in proportion to the Smurfs, but...
Focus testing. People don't like a fat Mario.
What are you going to tell me next? They don't like an Italian Mario? That's just ridiculous.
Well, what do you think? Nintendo's not making much money. Oh no, Luigi, we're screwed. Nobody buying the console.
Well, you can't put your franchise behind a plumber. Like, they should have thought that one through a bit more.
I should never have played baseball.
Do you really think baseball was his worst crime, though? I feel like there's much worse Mario games than the baseball.
I'll go with Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego ripoff.
I loved that show when I was a kid. That was so fantastic.
Oh, man. And the focus towards Luigi, too. It's the year of Luigi!
Luigi has had quite a few games now, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, they just made a Dr. Mario ripoff called Dr. Luigi.
Perfect. People will pay for that. They're just going off the Candy Crush and other phone OS games and making their money.
Okay, Luigi, I got an idea how we're going to make some money for Nintendo. We're going to take our old shitty games and we're going to put them on we're going to put them on your phone. And we're going to charge 99 cents.
People will pay it. Look what we did with emulators back in the day, right? Yeah. We would do anything to get our hands on those.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's that. But let's go movies. So, what movies have you seen lately?
Just went and saw the Lego Movie, and...
How awesome is the Lego Movie?
I loved it. Like, most movies don't live up to the hype, and it's the only thing, like, above 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
And loving it.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Yes, I am 30, and I can proudly say that just the feeling of just joy watching this movie.
Yeah, why does Lego have to be for kids?
Yes.
It's great.
I admit I do have a couple Lego things, but I'm continuing it to the vehicles. So
that's fair.
So I have the Lego DeLorean for Back to the Future.
Okay.
I got the Batmobile.
Imperative.
And that's it for now. But eventually, I want the RoboCop motorcycle.
And maybe a Millennium Falcon.
That'd be sweet.
That would be.
I don't know where I'd put it, but the Ghostbusters car, I need to get that because they've already announced that.
That would be sweet too. Very, very awesome.
Since we're talking movies, how sad was it that about Harold Ramis? That's
Harold
like one of
Ramis
those one of the Ghostbusters.
Yes, I did read about that. That is very sad because he was all pumped for a third one too, wasn't he?
Yeah, fuck you, Bill Murray.
Yeah. Oh, Bill fucking Murray.
But that's one of those big, like, that's your childhood right there, because it's not just Ghostbusters, it's Groundhog Day, it's Stripes, it's Caddyshack, it's...
Everything.
SCTV, because we're Canadian.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Mo Green.
I loved SCTV.
Oh, we all, yeah, fond memories of nervous flop sweat on Mo Green on the like the midnight calling show, Midnight Movie.
Yeah. I still think I love Bob and Doug McKenzie the best, but
Classic.
yeah, it was good times for sure.
I wish Rick Moranis would actually do more.
Well, you know why he doesn't, right?
It's his family, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's commendable, and I can appreciate that, and good on him. He's doing what he has to do, right?
The one thing I thought, I don't know if it was deliberate, but you've seen Pacific Rim, right?
I did see it, yes.
Charlie Day was definitely the Rick Moranis of that movie.
I can kind of see it, but why? Why do you say that?
It's just the tribute, like basically the nerdy small guy with the high-priced voice, excitable with the glasses. That easily could have been Rick Moranis 10 years ago.
Yeah, it could have been, for sure.
But he did it perfectly. Yeah.
I didn't mind that movie. I had very low expectations for it, I think, and because of that, I believe is why I enjoyed it so much.
So getting back to the Lego movie, it made $1 billion, so they're already working on the next one.
It just makes sense. Why wouldn't they, right? They can do infinity of these.
Yes. Production actually was halted because no one could find actually the bendy pieces for the set. That's a terrible joke.
But I'm still laughing at it. So you know what would be sweet, though? If more people were inspired by the Lego movie to do stop-motion animation. It's painfully tedious, but when well executed, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you don't see enough... No, I'm not going to say... Yeah, fuck it.
Just go for it.
You don't see enough stop-motion animation Lego porn.
It's true, you don't. I think mostly it's because they don't have penises, though.
That's what I'm waiting for. This is not the XXX porn, Lego porn movie. The porn parody.
Your Lego men are gonna come with strap-ons now that just attach to their between torso and legs.
Instead of everything is awesome, everyone is horny.
The television show there, Where Are My Pants, would have a whole new meaning in that version, I think.
See, this is the trailer for the Shark versus Pirate movie.
It'd be perfect because they have pirates and sharks and Lego, so we could just do it all in Lego stop motion. There
you go. We'll combine both of them.
I think we have our next project.
We don't even need Richard Grieco then. We'll use a Richard Grieco sound-alike.
We'll get just a soundboard of his quotes, and it'll be perfect.
Richard Grieco's all bummed because he needed the work.
Yeah, he
just
probably would be. He would contact us and be like, "I believe you're using my likeness as a Lego figurine."
He's already all stoked for the voiceover session, and then he realized we don't need him, so he just Charlie Brown walks away sad.
Yeah, it would be pretty good. I think I would like to do that. Let's contact him after we use it too, and be like, "This could have been you, but no."
Okay, I'll let you get on that. What else? Movie is going out. The sequel to 300 released this week. Have not watched it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna. I think that may be acquired via the multiverse movie.
Yeah, I don't think I'm rushing out to drop my hard-earned money on this one right away. I really enjoyed the first one, but I don't have huge expectations for this one. I'm not really sure why, but yeah.
I know the new Muppet movie's coming real soon, so I'm stoked for that. That should be really good.
That I am pumped for as well. That last one, what'd you think of it?
Amazing.
Siegel's the man.
Yes. Even though he's not doing this one.
I know, but I think with the right people that they have in place, it's going to be good. Gervais is awesome, and everybody else in there is pretty stellar too. Tina Fey.
And me, Danny Trejo.
Uh,
Because they said, hey, Danny, do you want to be in a movie with Kermit? And I'm like, hey, it's Tuesday, why not? I got time.
he probably does have time too.
Danny Trejo, we love Danny Trejo on this show. Danny is the man because he never says no to anything.
Why should he? Like, he's cashing in on that. I love the man for it too. He's spectacular in everything he does.
That's why, like, the official licensed Doctor Who series coming up is Idris Elba is the Dark Doctor and Danny Trejo's his companion.
That's perfect.
All right, Danny, we're going to the TARDIS.
Okay, boss.
Did you watch Luther?
I haven't actually watched that. I've heard really good things about
Really
it,
good
and
show, yeah.
it's staring me in the face. And what's his name? The lead actor there from The Wire.
Idris Elba, yeah.
He was spectacular in that. I really enjoyed that show, and I think I definitely need to give it a chance, but just haven't yet. Don't know why. Too many things on the plate.
Well, that's one good thing. It's a BBC show, so the seasons are actually really short.
Hmm.
What else? Movie is coming out. I saw the RoboCop remake. We already talked about that last week. It wasn't bad for what it was. Could have been a whole lot worse.
I have no expectations for it. I haven't gone to see it yet. I think that's one of the ones I'll let the multiverse bring to me too.
It's missing its big robo balls. I'll just leave it at
Really?
that. Yes. I'll
That's
buy that for
unfortunate.
$1.
That is really unfortunate. I won't be paying $1 or anything less for it.
Yes. Let's move on to comics. We can talk a lot about comics.
Let's talk a lot about comics.
So what are you reading? What's in your backlog?
Right now, I'm about halfway through Black Sad by Dark Horse. I don't know if you've read that one. It's a little bit older.
Okay, describe what's going on. What's it about?
It's a kind of film noir-y type world following a detective, John Blacksad, who is a cat. And everybody in the universe are animals.
Now, I can play a cat detective. All right.
I feel like he's less McConaughey cat detective, more, I don't know. I don't even know how I'd play him. Have you seen that mob show with the actor that played Shane from Walking Dead?
What was it? I know the one you're talking about, yeah.
Mob City or something.
Yeah, the one
like that.
done by Frank Darabont.
Yeah. Anyway, I would say Shane's character in that would probably be how this cat detective plays off. A little bit on the fringe, but still getting the job done kind of thing. It's a really interesting read. It's beautifully drawn. The art is spectacular. I'm pulling a blank on the artist's name right now. I believe it's Diaz. But yeah, it's absolutely spectacular. I would recommend it for sure. It's only in hardcover right now, as far as I know. But yeah, it's definitely worth the pennies.
That's cool. What else?
Manhattan Project by Image. I don't know if you've read that one.
No, I mainly kind of stick to DC and Marvel because they're easier to find on Wednesdays.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay. Well, it's really good too. It's basically science fiction of the Manhattan Projects from World War II, getting together, coming up with the bomb. It focuses on Dr. Oppenheimer, as well as Einstein, and yeah, it's a really good read too. The artwork is different in it. I really enjoy what they do with color and lines, but it's definitely anything but traditional. Really good read too. Science fiction meets historical fiction meets crazy split personalities and such.
That's cool. Reading anything that's from the big two that tickling your fancy as they were?
I just read, it's a little older too, but I just read Identity Crisis.
Oh, such a good book. Oh.
Yeah, when I got the recommendation, I mean, I had read Final Crisis and Crisis on Infinite Earths. I still haven't read Final Crisis, sorry, but Infinite Crisis and a couple others, and then, you know, watching the stuff that they've been releasing, like War and Doom and all those other things that are coming out on Blu-ray. I've been enjoying that storyline. So to read this and have Green Arrow as kind of a a focal point is awesome for me being a Arrow fan. So
That was the first real throwdown between Ollie and Slate too.
Mm.
When he put
Really?
when he put that with Arrow right through his eye, oh, that was awesome.
That was good. And then when he brings it back and the mask is just hanging on the wall with the arrow through it.
Yeah.
It was just, that book was really well done. It was really well drawn. It was fantastically written. I haven't read a DC book like that in a while. I really enjoyed it.
And it was really tragic too, because like Sue Dibney was such a beloved character.
Yeah, absolutely. And to see Elongated Man go through those emotions, and even Diana's speech at the funeral, and like the whole thing, it was just really touching. Like I hadn't seen or read a book like that had moved me like that in maybe ever. It was really, really well written.
And it got a little ridiculous afterwards what they did with Adam's wife, Jean, making her the Eclipso and all that kind of stuff. That didn't work out for me, but
yeah, I didn't love that line or that train of thought either.
But I wish they would have, like, Elongated Man had a lot of potential, like, after that to become, like, a really, like, to do much more as, like, a fleshed out character.
Yeah.
But he had his arc in that 52 book, and then he died at the end of that, and that's it, last we ever seen of them.
And that'll be the end of it, eh?
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some of them in New 52.
It'd be cool, for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned Final Crisis.
Yes.
I own the hardcover. I've read it at least 4 times. What the fuck is that book about?
I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, Final Crisis?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. I was going to pick it up yesterday, actually, but I didn't.
It's good. Don't get me wrong. But it's typical Grant Morrison, like big out there ideas.
Yeah.
Like when the book skips like 6 months later and everything is like humanity is gone and there's a
really?
Machine that there's an imagination machine and just a lot of Grant Morrison on drugs and.
And you're not selling me on it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's got Final Crisis. It's great because it's the final crisis. There was a before crisis, and this is more existential about Batman. And
is it really like dig into that?
It's just weird. It gets weird.
What did you think of? Did you read? What's his name? He was on Kevin Smith's podcast there, Fat Man on Batman. Neil Adams, was it Neil Adams that did that really whacked out Batman book? It's now I gotta look it up. Sorry.
Power of the internet.
Yeah, it is at my fingertips.
Next to Lego porn.
Right next to it.
That's a different tab.
No, mine's on the same tab.
All right.
I'm not pulling it up here.
I could listen to Grant Morrison talk to Kevin Smith about Batman for fucking hours on end.
Odyssey.
Those are the
Batman
best
Odyssey.
episodes of that. No, I haven't read that yet.
I haven't either. Have you read any reviews about it or anything?
Haven't heard good, haven't heard bad.
I haven't heard good, unfortunately.
I'm actually really excited to read this new Batman 66. Did you hear about this? Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith are writing a Batman 66.
I did, the Green Hornet team up?
Yes, yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. I think IGN had a little trailer on it that I checked out. It was, I'm pretty pumped. Kevin Smith was sweaty. He was so excited about it.
Oh, Garman's the man. Like he has his own Batman cave, like full of Batman 1960s merchandise, like for years.
Awesome. They are the perfect two people to do that for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I always said I would like for them just to take the Batman Arkham Origin from the past 3 games and just make a 60s Batman game.
Huh? That's an interesting concept.
To get Adam West to do the voice of Batman, and it doesn't have to be long. Just make it like 6 hours.
Would you have Hamill as your Joker if you do it?
No, I do. I'd let Garman be Cesar Romero because he does a dead-on Cesar Romero.
That's fair. Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah, you got to keep in the style of it. Like, oh, yes, Batman. Then let me keep my mustache.
Yeah, much more lighthearted than Hamill's even.
Got to get some Egghead, some Vincent Price.
Yes, that would be awesome. I love
Tut.
Vincent Price.
I can't wait for that to come to DVD. That's a must-buy first day on Blu-ray. The classic Batman show.
Absolutely. That's I think that's a lot of people's childhood right there that's been locked in the vault for too long. I'm glad they settled their differences.
Absolutely. Some people need to get paid.
Absolutely, and everybody should get paid, and when they do, everybody gets to enjoy what they made, so it's worth it.
Absolutely. So what else has been going on? We're still on to Forever Evil. It's wrapping up finally.
What's that?
Forever Evil, the big storyline right now. With it's been on for the past year.
With the villains, right?
Yeah. Basically, at the end of the Trinity War, Earth, the crime syndicate from Earth 3 came over to our world and just took over everything.
Okay.
And so they're finally wrapping it up. So when the crime syndicate first came over, there was someone they had all tied up in a hood and things like that. There's lots of
I read, I think, just the first issue of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they finally took the team of Batman, Luthor, Captain Cold, Sinestro, Ocean Master, Bizarro, Deathstroke, Catwoman. They all came in to rescue Dick Grayson.
Okay.
And they basically took the hood off, and big surprise, Alexander Luthor, which we all kind of figured out who it was anyway, but what no one saw coming is that he had the powers of Shazam from that world.
Oh, really? Wow. That's an interesting twist.
So he basically, they rip off the gag, he just says Mashaz, so Shazam backwards.
Yeah.
And he's got the Captain Marvel lightning bolt energy. And he's
Crazy.
So that's how they ended issue 6. And Dick Grayson died.
Death of a Family, yes.
But they no, in this.
Oh, in this too now.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They had him tied up to some doomsday machine, and basically Luthor put his hand over his mouth to kill him, to smother him, and then Batman attacked Luthor at the end of the issue, and Luthor's like, "You idiot! There's still time."
Crazy.
Because
blowing right there.
Yeah, because coming out of all this, Lex Luthor is joining the Justice League. Him and Captain Cold.
Well then, had you told me that was going to happen a year ago, I'd have called you a liar.
Yeah, well, yeah, what's Superman going to think about that?
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. What did you think of the casting of Luthor for the new Batman Superman movie? I didn't mind it.
Who is it again?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh yeah, I wasn't stoked on it. I like Eisenberg. Don't get me wrong. When I picture Luthor, I don't picture Eisenberg.
Well, you got to think in 2014 now. What would Lex Luthor be? He would be the guy that created Facebook.
Yeah, that's true.
He would be Steve Jobs. He would be.
Well, what are they going to shave Jesse Eisenberg's head?
They better.
But if they don't, how are you going to feel about that? And how is Jesse Eisenberg going to look with a shaved head?
Well, I heard a rumor he might be tattooed and buzz cut and piercings and that's not the Lex Luthor I want.
No, just put him in a suit and shave his head.
I want him rich, arrogant, fuck that alien guy. I'm better than him. I'm human.
It was made my cider come up my nose.
Fuck him. He's an alien.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the whole thing. How did you feel when they were like Batfleck?
No problem whatsoever.
None?
Good casting.
See, I faltered a bit in that. I like Affleck, but I was just getting flashbacks of Daredevil, which I need to rewatch because
it's not a bad movie.
I think I need to give it another fair chance. I watched it, I think, twice when it first came out, and it's been on the shelf ever since.
Have you ever seen the director's cut?
I haven't. Does it make a difference?
Big difference. It's a much better movie. The movie actually makes sense now.
Really?
Because they cut out a whole subplot that has to do with Wilson Fisk, Kingpin.
I will have to check that version out then.
And they don't sleep together in the director's cut.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
That was added for the mass release.
I see. I'm not a big. Actually, I'll recant that watered down statement and say I very much dislike Jennifer Connelly. I don't enjoy really anything that she's in, and I think because of that, and when Elektra came out, I just associated it with the Daredevil movie, and I'm hoping that the director's cut gives me a new lease on it. But after some of the bombs that Affleck's done, it's the Bat. It's the bats. Come on, Batchelor.
Well, Smith said it the best. Like, this is a guy that's been through some shit, and that's what Batman needs to be. Like, we're not going to see the origin again.
Yeah, of course.
Like, from everything that this sounds like that Zack Snyder said, this is literally Superman, Batman, on the floor running, and go to town.
Do you think they're going to do the Justice League thing, though, or
they are. Well, they've got it.
Before that movie.
No. Well,
No?
they've already filming has started right now. So Batman Superman is filming as we speak. Now, what I would be stoked at, and it's never going to happen because it's an awesome idea, if Arrow was canon with the movies.
Yeah?
If all this time that's been part of the same universe as the DC movies, how awesome would that be?
That would be pretty dope.
Because you already got the Suicide Squad in place. You already got the architecture.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Except I fucking hate who they cast as the Flash because I am such a hardcore Flash fan. But
who is that guy? I was looking at pictures of him today.
He's from Glee. That's not Barry Allen. It's not even Bart Allen.
What do you think of the costume?
Costume's not bad, except the boots need to be yellow.
I don't know how I feel about every superhero costume. They just throw a guy in like a onesie motorcycle suit that's a little bit too big for him and flap a badge on him and spray paint it and be like, there you go, you're a superhero now, bud.
I would almost like it to see if the costume kind of evolves a bit. Like that's like just his first Flash costume.
Like it did with Arrow kind of thing?
Yeah, it needs to be like an evolution of it. That would work.
I think it would, because it's too cookie cutter. It's too out of the box. It's not fantastic.
Yes.
And the thing I love about superheroes is that it's not a dude in a suit. It's somebody else.
Speaking of fantastic, let's get your thoughts on the Fantastic Four reboot shit show that's going on all over the internet.
Yeah, I gave that free download a chance on one of my apps, and I forget if it was Comicology or if it was Marvel that they had the free. But
No, I mean the Fantastic Four movie reboot.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing a movie reboot.
Oh,
yeah. When's that happening?
Fox soon. Fox has announced a cast. They're going young.
Okay, how young? Who are we talking?
Oh, I can't remember. Power of the Internet. Yeah. Human Torch is black.
Okay.
That's what's gotten a lot of people's craw. Not that people are racist, but
people are racist though. Some people are racist.
It's not because it's just Johnny Storm isn't black, and it'd be one thing. And it'd be one thing if they made Sue Storm black too, but they didn't do that. So
you make your Green Lantern black. You make your Nick Fury black. They're black in the comics, but yeah.
No, it's a separate character. It's John Stewart.
It's true. Instead of Hal Jordan, it's true.
And people like to they bring up the Nick Fury thing, but making Nick Fury black does not change the core of his character. He is the same character.
It's true, and they've had both incarnations, right? I mean, the Joe Jameson kind of look with the eye patch on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we grew up with. But I'm fine with Samuel L.
Yeah, but whereas making Johnny Storm black, it changes exactly who he is, because Johnny Storm doesn't like rap music. Johnny Storm is a white-blooded American boy chasing tail.
Yeah, and to change that, I see where you're coming from, and
if anybody's gonna be black, it's Ben Grimm.
That's true. It would work.
Because then, yeah, he's big and orange, so who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. My famous tweet I put out that I got a lot of heat for.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Human Torch can be black, but I want Black Panther played by Channing Tatum.
Now they're going to do it. They're going to do it to spite you.
Yeah, what? He can't play an African prince? He's a good actor. Same logic.
Oh, yeah.
I think in the end, whitewashing or blackwashing a character, either way, is kind of wrong. Make a new character. Make something new. Create an original IP.
Like you said, with John and with Hal and keeping them separate. And
what Disney needs to do is, here's some money, Fox.
Yeah.
Give us X-Men back. Sony, give us Spider-Man back.
Yeah.
Have some money.
What do you think? You excited for the new X-Men at all, or
New X-Men, yes. New Spider-Man, no.
no? Did you like the other Garfield Spider-Man?
No, because it took him an hour to put the fucking costume on. I do not need to see that origin again.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know why you told that story again, but
At least, 5 minutes. That's all it needs to be. We know,
Yeah.
we know Uncle Ben died. It's
Yeah.
your fault. You're an asshole. Get on with it. Put on the fucking costume already.
yeah, and it was okay. I didn't really like the first 3 Spider-Man movies that much. I enjoyed the
Second
first
was
one a lot.
decent. It's like
The
X-Men.
third one, they try to cram too much into it, and making Eric Foreman Venom just like they lost me. I thought Red was gonna come out and yell at him, and that was the end of it.
Oh man, watching RoboCop now is a completely different trip because Red is Clarence Bodiger.
Oh really? That's awesome.
Yes. Bitches leave. Dumbass. Dick Jones says hi. Dumbass.
Oh.
The
So
whole
what
part.
what are your expectations for the new X-Men? Did you like the last reboot of it?
First Class was really good.
I enjoyed it too.
Yes. Wolverine, great movie.
Yeah,
The second one, not the first one. The
Yeah.
Wolverine. Him in
Yes.
Japan killing ninjas. Except I don't know why they fucking cock tease us like they do. Like, did you see the deleted scene on the Wolverine?
Like after the credits?
No, it was only on the DVD and it's all over the internet.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't been all over the internet like I should be.
Okay, so you know how at the end of the movie where he's on the plane with what's her name,
Yep.
and he has this big box.
Okay.
In the deleted shit, for half a second, they show what's in the box.
What's in the box?
The fucking costume.
No.
Yes, the brown costume with the helmet and all that
Yeah?
kind of stuff. I'm like, put the fucking costume on.
So what? We get another Wolverine movie, and he's wearing that.
Hugh Jackman wants to wear it. He wants to be in the Avengers wearing the costume.
How many movies does he have left in him as Weapon X?
I'm pretty sure, like, maybe a couple, but if they offer him Avengers, he'll say yes.
How could he not? That's like the franchise, right?
If Hell Freeze is over, if he's in the Avengers, I want Tony Stark to hand him the yellow costume, just like it is in the comics.
Yeah.
And Wolverine goes, "What's this?" And Tony Stark to go, "What do you expect, black leather?" I would stand up and applaud in the theater because that's the one thing that I hate about that original fucking movie. I hate that original X-Men movie. What do you expect? Yellow spandex? Yes. If I'm paying $14 for a fucking movie that I've waited 20 years to see, I want to see some yellow spandex.
That's why I'm paying the $14. I want that yellow spandex.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why the second one was good because at least he was killing people.
Those movies are definitely, out of all of the comic book movies that have been made, I'd say those X-Men ones are the most consistent. They have their hiccups, but they would be the most consistent in my book.
I just want Terry Crews to be Luke Cage. I think he's perfect.
Do you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, he's good on that.
He's fantastic. I think his breakthrough for me was actually the online
Yes.
Old Spice ads.
The Peck explosion.
Double sun power. I would say definitely those are what made me fall in love with the characters he does. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine is really well done, and he carries his weight on that show for sure.
Because I know on the Netflix deal with Marvel, they're doing a Power Man series. They're doing an Iron Fist series.
Okay.
I want my perfect Power Man Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Terry Crews as Power Man.
Okay.
Scott Adkins as Iron Fist.
Okay.
And I want the whole thing 70s exploitation and
just all the way.
And have what's his name, RZA. Do it. Direct it. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. There'd be ninjas and cowboys out of nowhere.
Exactly, like Black Dynamite. That kind of, but serious. That'd be
very serious.
That'd be awesome, like Power Man and Iron Fist.
We should do that Lego too.
Yes. Well, they already did
coming...
that. It's called Lego Marvel the game.
Are they coming out? I lost my train of thought there. Never mind.
That happens a lot on the show.
Yeah, you know, whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yes. So yeah, that's that. Marvel-wise, not much going on.
Yeah, I have not been all over Marvels lately. Anything. I want to read that Hawkeye. The 2 trades there. Is that good?
Hawkeye's a really good book. It's probably one of the best books that they're doing on a consistent basis at Marvel.
Yeah, I want to check those out. I've heard good things and got a couple samples of it, and it looks really good. And they have just the 2 trades now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. They're doing some weird shit, like moving Daredevil to San Francisco.
Really? Just for no reason? Just cause?
Yeah, he finally admitted, I'm Daredevil in court.
Okay.
So he lost his license to practice law in New York City, but he's still licensed to practice law in San Francisco. So
Weird.
now everyone knows he's Daredevil, and he's in the streets of San Francisco.
That's an interesting concept. My problem is I'm a cheap ass, so I wait for things to go on sale, which
Yes.
usually happens like in comics. It could be like a year before anything goes on sale.
Well,
so
that's
I'm way behind.
Well, that's why rule of thumb is with this show. Wednesdays are new comic day, so then it's to the multiverse.
Perfect.
Read what I can, and then I wait for the trade. Then I go to
Fair
the
enough.
conventions and pick up the trades. So I picked up a couple good deals at Toronto Comic Con on Sunday when I went.
Okay.
So I picked up, actually it's right, where was it? It's right here, under my microphone.
Nice.
The actual G.I. Joe's Cobra Civil War compendium.
That looks fantastic.
So the basic plot, a deadly competition within Cobra ensues, and G.I. Joe is in their sights. Cobra Civil War spans the G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, and Cobra series, and this massive volume collects all of the stories in a proper reading order. Because it's a pretty shitty trade when it's issue 30, then issue 1, issue 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay for all that in that order.
Yeah, because basically, how knowledgeable are you on old school G.I. Joe?
Mildly at best.
Okay, so Chuckles, the guy that was always in the Hawaiian shirt,
Yep.
went undercover with Cobra, shot Cobra Commander in the head, killed him.
Okay, good for Chuckles.
Yeah, so now they are trying to crown a new Cobra Commander, so it's a competition between all the Cobra forces. Whoever kills the most Joes is the new commander.
That sounds fucking exquisite, sir.
And it's a bloodbath. They're killing off crappy Joes left and right.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing. Now, the last G.I. Joe I bought, I think, was at a Toronto Comic Con as well. It was Fan Expo, I think. And was it Transformers G.I. Joe crossover Magna book?
Yeah.
And yeah, I probably paid too much money for it, and I've only read it once, but it was okay. It was okay. I like having the pocket size.
Yes. I also like the fact that I also picked up Justice League Cry for Justice. Speaking of Green Arrow, very solid Green Arrow ripped That's the one where they ripped off Arsenal's arm and killed off Liam. And
you were recommending that one to me. That's one I definitely want to pick up. That sounds fantastic.
Yep. And Kevin McGuire's there. Kevin McGuire is one of my favorite artists of all time. So he was very cool to me. I signed a print that I bought, and I got him to sign my 3 Justice League International trades.
That's so cool, man. Do you have to wait in line long, or?
No, I just walked up. Well, it was
Nice.
Sunday, right? So.
Oh yeah, that's fair. You got big plans for this year? It's in August again?
Yes, I go every year. I don't know if I'm going to go all 4 days. Last year was kind of really disappointing because there was no DC booth, there was no Marvel booth.
You should go for just the Saturday or something and film it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. I've been trying to get Zach there for years just to film.
Yeah, I think he would come if I coerced him, if I baited him with something.
Well, now that they actually have the sports one, so there's more sports people, so we actually go for that. I usually book a hotel room, and I usually go at least 3 days.
I'm only 40 minutes away now, so... Oh, well, I guess you're only 40 minutes away, too. You're going to do the 3-day again, or...?
Oh, we always do the 3 days. Well, it depends who's there.
Yeah. How much is the weekend pass this year?
Oh, jeez. It gets more expensive. I think last year was $90.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, but...
You don't do the VIP or anything, do you?
No, there's not much... Unless you really need that T-shirt.
Yeah. No.
But
nobody ever really needs that T-shirt.
no.
Anybody on the panel you're excited for so far? Have they announced much?
No, not yet. Like there wasn't really that many people at Toronto Comic Con this year.
Yeah.
Sean Astin was back. The other, not Dominic Momerhan, but the other one, Billy Boyd was there.
Okay, yeah.
Brandon Routh was there.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Elijah Dushku. Gus from Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay. He's cool.
He was cool. Actually, he was really nice too. I actually met him.
What's that new show he's on now?
Oh, the one where like the power's out.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Some supernatural end of the world type thing.
The only panel I really went to, because we only went to Sunday, was Brandon Routh's panel.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask the smart ass question, but I didn't want to have their whole room just turn on me.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be the only Superman that's never thrown a punch?
Did you like that movie though?
I didn't mind it, but it's creepy emo Clark. Literally, he does not throw a punch the whole fucking movie.
You know what? Now that you say that, I'm getting like these sad flashbacks of it. I just watched it again like not too long ago, and it's a good movie. I enjoy it, but
They kind of
right.
they overcompensated on Man of Steel.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's awesome though. He's a good actor, and I think he fits the part good. He had the look for it for sure.
Oh, I thought Michael Shannon was a really good Zod in that movie.
Yeah.
I will find him.
Did you watch The Tudors that he was on?
No.
No.
Was he good?
He was good. Yeah. It's Jonathan Rhys Meyers. I know you like Dracula, so.
Yes.
What do you think of that season finale?
Actually, I haven't seen any of Dracula yet.
I thought you watched Dracula.
No.
Oh.
James watches Dracula. I don't.
Okay. Fair enough. I think it must have been James talking about it then
Yeah.
that I was listening to.
So yeah. So was it good or?
I liked it. Yeah. I liked Jonathan Rhys Meyers in that in The Tudors, and he also did that Elvis miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched that, but they're all pretty good, and yeah, this is pretty good too. It's nothing spectacular, but it's solid.
The only thing I really know Jonathan Rhys Meyers from is Belleville Goldmine.
Oh, was he in that?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched that probably since it came out. So
He was the David Bowie type character. Or archetype. Yeah.
I could see him playing that type character.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Dracula was pretty good. I'd give it a watch.
That's cool. I know Hannibal's back. I need to catch up on that for the first season.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it. Have you?
I watched the first 2 episodes. It's really good. It's one of those things. You get so much in your backlog, and
It's true.
when I was working full time, I just didn't have
Yeah.
time. It's one of the benefits of being in between gigs at the moment. You get time to catch up on everything.
I would imagine, yeah. That's awesome that you get to catch up on everything, but
So let's wrap her up on video games for this week. Are you much of a gamer or no?
I got a 360 and I play once in a while, but I haven't really, again, being a cheap ass, I don't go and spend the $60. I wait until it's, 25 for a used one or something. Go ahead.
What was one of the things I like about PlayStation Plus so much is you pay like the $60 a year, but they give you free games all the year long.
That's amazing.
And big discounts.
That's really cool. I got to get me a PlayStation. I think next gen, that's where I'm going to go.
Oh, because nobody's buying Xbox Ones. Everyone's buying PS4s.
Well, I'll save the $100.
Yeah. I bought and played through and beat the new South Park, Stick of Truth.
Oh, yeah? How long was it?
14 hours.
That's not bad. I didn't expect it to be that long.
Which a lot of people are kind of griping about for an RPG, that it's only 14 hours long, but yeah,
It's a South Park game.
Give me a nice, tight 14-hour RPG where I don't have to grind everything or go on side quests up the wazoo.
Yeah.
It really plays like a 14-hour episode of the show.
Oh, really? And did you play the whole thing in a row, or did you break it up over a couple days? Or
I broke it up over a couple days.
Okay, and did you find that you had to almost because it was too much of the show?
Nope.
No? It was just the right amount?
Just right amount. It is next to Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is the most fucked up game I have ever played in my life.
Really?
They go there. It's full tilt. Like, they don't hold back one bit. Well, you start off the game as you're the new kid in town, and character classes are mage, warrior, thief, and Jew.
Okay.
And of course, the Jew uses jujitsu.
That just makes sense.
Yes. And I didn't play the Jew class. I played as a warrior.
Okay. And how was it? Were you able to tank pretty well?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Your main attack is Rochambeau, so it's like so it's your typical classic Final Fantasy style, like you go then I go, and they even make a joke of that. Like
Turn play fighting.
Yeah, because it starts off as the whole thing is the kids are in this whole kind of Game of Thrones kind of thing where Cartman is the Grand Wizard of the Knights of Koopa Keep.
Okay.
Grand Wizard of the KKK. Yep, this is the tone of the game.
Of course it is. Would you expect anything less from them?
So Kyle's leading the elves, so they're fighting back and forth, and you can walk around the whole city of South Park, so the whole thing's mapped out. And then the aliens come in, and it starts getting really weird and fucked up.
Of course it does.
So you get abducted, you get abducted at night, and you have to find your way out with Stan's dad. And Stan's dad is actually trapped in the machine, and he gets anally raped every time you hit the wrong button. Graphically, like literally.
You made me spill my drink.
And the way to get him out of the machine, it's Simon.
Oh, okay.
So blue, green, red. Then they purposely hit like 30 buttons in a row, so you don't know what it is. So when you hit the wrong one, he gets raped.
It sounds like a fantastic game for children. I think it should be marketed for young children.
There's summons like Final Fantasy. You don't really use them that often. You get them once a day from characters. So the summons are the Korean guy that runs the Chinese food place.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Mr. Hanky, who, when you summon him, he shows up in Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey Mouse like hat and robes.
Of course he does. Why wouldn't he?
With a tidal wave of shit that goes across the screen.
Like a poop tsunami?
Yes. And literally, when I saw it, I put the controller down and like, what the fuck did I just see? Mr. Slave.
Oh, you can summon him?
Yes.
Okay, what does he do?
Flies up in the air and swallows the enemy in his ass and walks away. One hit kill.
That also makes sense.
Yes. I'm like, wow. There's another part of the game, again, spoilers for the South Park game, where you actually have to go inside Mr. Slave's ass to disarm a thermonuclear device.
Like the Paris Hilton episode?
Yes. So literally, you're walking around his ass and you see skeletons of gerbils and iPhones and...
Do you see the frog or Paris Hilton?
Yes, the frog is in there.
Perfect.
Your friend system is straight up Facebook. So all the course of the game, everyone you meet, they become your friends, and you get perks and things like that.
So do you play 4 people co-op?
No. There's only 2 people in your party. So you got to choose either Kenny, Cartman, Stan, Kyle, or Jimmy.
Okay. And you play online or no?
No, strictly offline.
Okay. So can you play 2 players at once?
No 2 players. Single player only.
It's single player game. Okay.
Yes. So $60 may be a bit much, unless you're a real big South Park fan. Then it's definitely worth it. Yeah. But definitely when that drops to like $29.95, it's a must buy if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, it's worth it. You say?
They say this is almost like the next season.
Oh, really?
Because if you have watched this past season, like the Black Friday episodes at the trilogy, it leads right into this.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Literally. Because Kenny is Princess Kenny.
Okay.
They milked that joke for all it's worth.
They made toys out of it, eh?
Oh, did they?
I think it was Kid Robot. I think they did some like vinyl statuettes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that and Titanfall. So that came out yesterday.
And I read you found it a little glitchy there at first. Is that all solved up or no?
Yeah, typical Microsoft bullshit. This is why people aren't buying your consoles. I couldn't log in until around midnight from 2 p.m. to midnight. I couldn't even log into my account on my Xbox.
I will stick with my Sony and my Apple products and stay away from the Microsoft.
Because you know what happens with my PlayStation 4 when PS is down? I can still
What?
play my fucking games.
I hate how Microsoft does that. Why do I have to be logged into Live? Like, I waited for Borderlands 2 is probably one of my favorite games, and I waited
Let's
for...
talk Borderlands 2. I love Borderlands 2.
Okay, so I got to get my gripe out first, because I waited for the Game of the Year edition
Yeah.
to buy any DLC. I didn't buy any DLC.
Mhm.
I waited for the Game of the Year. It came out, and I played it for a little while. I got up to maybe level 38 or something, because I hadn't done a second playthrough.
What class?
And I'm a commando. I always play by myself. I always play offline, so I like having the turret when I'm storming in there.
Yeah.
I played as Roland in the first one too, so it was my style of gameplay already.
I liked. I usually play sniper.
Okay, so you went completely sniper tree on zero?
Sniper and stealth.
Okay, so you kind of combine the two?
Bit of both. So I got a really nice sniper rifle that makes people explode, but
Yeah.
I can still get in close and just like lay massive damage when I need to. Have those assholes running at me like they tend to.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, anyway, so my gripe is, I bought the DLC, got to play it for a bit, Xbox comes up with an update, and now I have to be logged into Live to play my DLC.
Bullshit.
It's terrible.
Brutal.
Yeah, I'm not pumped on that. But anyway, yeah, what did you think of that as a series, and are you excited for the little glimpse we got of the two new characters?
I beat the first one. I haven't beat the second one yet. I have beaten 2 of the actual DLCs though.
Okay, which ones did you play?
The pirate one.
Okay, I played most of that one too.
And Torque. I beat the Torque one.
Okay. See, I Tiny Tina's Adventure, and that was the one I was waiting for the most.
Yes, that was supposed to be the best one.
I wanted to level up a bit before I played it, and then thanks to Microsoft, even though I gave them my hard-earned dollars, I still can't play. So it's pretty frustrating. But
Sons of Beaches.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, both those games are fantastic. I think I liked the first one more than the second one. What do you think?
I agree.
The zombie add-on there with Dr. Zed or Dr. Ned, whatever it was, that's probably one of my favorite bits of gaming I've had in a really long time.
I don't think I could ever go, like, because I know when you beat the game, there's a harder difficulty. Then when you beat the game again, it's a harder difficulty. I don't think I could do that.
I played through a little bit of Ultimate Vault Hunter. I was way over leveled at first, and it was just so much of a grind that it wasn't fun. Like, think playing Borderlands, but it's like Dark Souls difficulty.
Though that's a game I could never really get into. I have a very low tolerance with frustration with games. Like, the second I start getting frustrated with something, I'm like, fuck it, it's in the backlog now.
How many controllers have you broken?
None, but I can whip it pretty good across the room.
You got like a couch or another chair or something that you can whip it into so it doesn't break?
Oh, it's a big comfy couch here. It's like, son of a bitch!
Yeah, I've only broken one so far, but yeah, I couldn't do the Dark Souls either. I got a couple buddies that love those games, and it's way too much of a grind. I'm not about farming for the sake of farming. That's probably why I don't like RTS games. So yeah, to have to grind something out like that, it's just not my idea of fun.
It's one good thing I like about the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 is DC Universe Online is free.
That's beautiful. Now I'm completely sold.
And it looks a lot prettier on PS4 too. They've completely gone over a lot of stuff in the game. And the good thing I like, if you pay the monthly fee to DCU Online, they'll give you all the expansions.
That's
Whereas
fantastic.
It's free, and if you want them, they're $10 each.
Ooh.
So if you want like the Flash powers, $10, and here's some endgame content. If you want to be like, they just released the first part of War of the Lanterns.
Yeah.
So they now have Red Lanterns. So it's the one class that could be either good or bad. Because when they put the Green Lanterns in, greens were good, yellows were bad. Now you can be good or bad with the Red Lantern.
Huh, that's kind of cool.
So I've got my Red Lantern powered up enough so I can just start doing the vomit, like acid breath, like blood attack. So that's
So
pretty
you're
cool.
a good guy.
Yes,
Okay. And are you disappointed there's no Blue Lanterns?
they're coming.
I saw your tattoo. I think
Oh
it's
yes,
really
my new
cool.
tattoo. Yes.
I saw that. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, I thought you'd be pumped on having some Blue Lanterns in there.
Though those will be full healer class.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Cool. Well, I guess we should wrap it up. Thanks for dropping by, Mitch. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you very kindly for having me. I appreciate it. I had lots of fun.
Was this painless?
You know, as painless as a rectal exam, but no, I'm joking.
There's more cuddling afterwards, though.
Is there? Do I get to come over and are you going to be Big Spoon or am I going to be Big Spoon?
Well, I say it's more of a gift basket kind of thing. So
We just kind of scissor each other. It'll be perfect.
that's right. So if you like the show, hit like below, leave a comment. We will reply back. You can email us at multiverse5@gmail.com. That's multiverse5, F-I-V-E. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group. Blah. So until next time, I am Mike Batchelor.
And I'm Mitch Lachance.
Peace out, bitches.